every person has that hard to shop for person in their life that you never know what to get them, and every Christmas or birthday is just a hassle. You end up getting them something mediocre that they'll never use and that they only say they love in front of you, really. So I found a different kind of gift for almost anybody. This is a no-sew blanket, and these no-sew blankets, you can make them in about half an hour to 40 minutes. The material is relatively cheap, usually about $5 per yard, and especially the just plain colored ones. The patterns are usually $7 to $8 per yard. But you buy 2 of them any length that you want. Usually for a 6-foot man, you might get 3 to 4 yards to make one of these blankets. For a baby, you might only need a yard. For a small child, you might only need about 1.5 yards is what I usually do, especially for my kids. And one Christmas, I made everybody these no-sew blankets just because I was able to do an army one for my husband, and a Marine one for my father-in-law, and then a little teddy bear one for my daughter. Basically, the way you start is you get your fabrics and you put them the softer side out on each side. So it's wrong side together. You just put them together, you match up the corners as best you can. If you have a little bit extra, it really does not matter, for the simple fact that you're going to be tying them at the end. But we'll get to that. The way you start is you put them together. Some people pin them together so that it's all nice and neat, but I've made so many of these that it really doesn't matter. Anyway, you take it about 5 inches from the edge and 5 inches down, and you cut a little square out. And don't be afraid to mess up, because it really does not matter. The more of these you make, the more you're just nonchalant about it. Anyway, you've got your little squares, and you're just going to put those aside. You're not going to use them again, probably ever, unless you decide to make a quilt later. Once you've got that done, you're going to go ahead and make little strips. About 1 inch from the edge, you're going to start cutting. Here's our square that we had. And you're going to, every inch, you're going to start cutting a strip. And you go that all the way across. Now, it's easier to do when you just cut it, because the ends tend to stick together. Now, like me, I had to pre-prepare this, so none of the ends stick together. But again, that's okay, because it really does not matter. And what you're going to do with these strips is you're just going to tie them. Anyway, you're going to tie them all the way across, and you want to do it as uniformly as possible. If you want the red to be on top, then you're going to want to start with the red. You tie it the same the entire way across. And once you're done tying the entire edge, it'll look something like this. Now, kids usually love these kind of blankets because not only is it soft, but it's really warm, especially for those colder climates. And kids especially love these toggles for some reason. I've never quite figured out why. But, like I said, you can go ahead and make one any size, any shape, anything like that, and most people love them. Now, with these kind of patterns, you can also throw blankets that go across the entire bed. You can make just something for your couch, a small lazy boy or chair, big or small. You can also throw pillows. All you've got to do is get the stuffing, and once you've tied it across and the whole way, you just leave a little space for yourself and you shove in the stuffing. And that's what makes these such a great gift, is that any size, color, for anybody and any age. Thank you very much. Look, he's back!